Hey parents, I wanted to get on here just a minute to give you an update about our plans so far for camp this coming summer in 2021. The youth committee and I have actually met several times over the last couple of months, and we have looked at a lot of different options. And as you can imagine, it's been very difficult to try to figure anything out in light of rising COVID numbers and a lot of uncertainty right now in the world. With that being said, I wanted to just present to you some of the things we're dealing with, and maybe we can get some feedback from you guys, and it would be very helpful in us moving forward. So first of all, as you may know, we were planning last summer on going to an out-of-state camp, and it's a great camp, great location. And we had 102 people total, adults and students registered. I mean, it was amazing. And we had made 2 payments toward that camp, and then COVID-19 hit. And so we stopped making payments to the camp. Anything that was paid in from that point forward, we kept in our designated fund in the bank. And we kind of waited to see if we could go to camp last summer or not. And as you know, we were not able to do that. We didn't feel very comfortable doing that in light of a lot of the things that were happening at that time. And so as a result, that camp is willing to take what we've paid in and apply it if we decide to come back this summer and go out of state. With that being said, one of the things that's been coming up in the youth committee is there may be some concern going out of state to camp this summer. Some of you might be fine with it. Some of you would be opposed to it for various reasons, and we understand both sides of that. That camp, if we decide not to go back there out of state, they will refund that money to us. However, it's going to take a while on their part to get that full money back to us, and it's very possible that we will not be able to have that money in order to do something else this summer. Now, there's good and bad news in that. The bad news is we may not get the money back in time for camp this summer. The good news is that, if there is any, is that the amount of money we paid in is roughly the same amount we raised last year for Youth Day. So, based on all that, here are the options that we're looking at and we need your feedback on. Option 1 is to go out of state like we were planning on doing last summer. We would be able to apply all of the money that we've already paid in. That camp is a very good camp. There are definitely things we can do at that camp, that are fun and that will help our group grow in a lot of cool ways. But the drawbacks could be that we're going out of state, that it's a 6 to 7 hour drive, and there are going to be other churches there from other out-of-state churches. That may be a concern for some of you. The sleeping accommodations are typical camp sleeping accommodations where, there's 15, 16 students in a small room in bunk beds. And so, you're pretty confined with a lot of people in one area, for lodging. Now, that's one option. Option 2 that we have been thinking and looking at is to do an in-state camp, to go somewhere in our state, a little closer to home. In fact, we're looking at a possible location that's about 3 hours from here in Northwest Arkansas. The camp has a lot of accommodations. The rooming situation would be 4 to 5 students per suite. It would be a lot more spaced out. There would only be one other church there the week we would go. We would be mostly segregated as far as contact with other churches if that's a concern. It would be the kind of thing, it would be close enough where if a parent was concerned about their child riding in a van with a bunch of other students for a long period of time, you could, in theory, go drop your teenager off and go pick them back up when we're done. So that's a possibility as well. If we choose the in-state option, though, we would not be able to apply any of the money that was earned last year from Youth Day in 2020. Now, anything you paid toward your student, if you registered them last year, we should be able to account that. Now, there's a third and final option. I'm not really happy about it, but I do want to be honest with you. We've been praying about it and talking about it. And one option is to just not go to camp again this summer. There are still a lot of uncertainty in the world. I've used the analogy, it's like you're trying to put a puzzle together and you're missing pieces. You don't know what this is going to be and you don't know what that's going to be. And camp is not one of those events that you can just decide a month out and go. You have to decide months earlier before you can go. I'm not really wild about that option, but I understand that might be a viable thing to consider this year. At any rate, here's where you come in. We're going to be doing a survey. We're going to send a survey just to parents, not for students, just to you guys. And we want you to take about 2 minutes and fill out that survey. It's 100% anonymous. We want you to be honest. Let us know kind of what your thoughts are as far as sending your student out of state to camp versus in-state, or maybe you don't feel comfortable sending your student to camp at all this summer. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with me. I know this was a lot of information. If you have any questions, I want you to call me at the number you see on the screen, or you can text me, either one, and let me know. I would love to visit with you to answer any questions you may have. So thank you for filling the survey out that's coming your way. It'll be coming in the next 24 hours, and we're trying to make a decision one way or another within the next week about camp. At any rate, thank you. I love you guys. I look forward to hearing from you. God bless.